the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hales Corners Speedway Sim Racing Series. DiscountShopTowels.com Pro Late Model Series from Charlotte tonight. The drivers entering into week number 10 right now. Quick look at your points right now. Cole Duggar, 582 markers. Nick Sobiak, a cool 51 points behind that. And then Reed Rundle sits back there in third. About 84 points rear of your leader, J.J. Schilling and Ryan Fisher in behind that. Get that off the screen. Drivers out here in the warm-up session. A couple of minutes left. We'll be getting ready to go to our pre-race ceremonies. Just making sure that we are here. We are still live. Looks like Twitch is doing okay. 2 shows for you here. Usually we do the street stocks first, and then we do the late models. But tonight, longer street stock feature, so they wanted to get the late models out of the way first. So everybody's in the big wide body car. We'll get ready for qualifying when we come back after our pre-race ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, back to the action. Qualifying cars already on track. Watching the 74 car of Peter Brees right now. And Brees goes quick time for just a second. Dean Burnt knocks him right off the top. Everybody out there cutting some laps right now. So these guys are going to move each other around quite a bit. Got Andy Gross out here. He's on the clock. Going to come out of 4 this time. See what kind of time he posts. 16.326. Good enough for 11th quick. Dean Burnt right now. 15.666. Quick time. We have yet to see Reed Rundle as he is on track. Rundle now on the clock in the 43 machine. Cole Duggar, another one we need to take a peek at here in just a second. Rundle 15.703. That'll be good enough for 3rd. Cole Duggar out of turn 4 for his first lap. Running the high side, 18.848. I think he nicked the fence. He didn't score a time on that first lap officially. So we'll watch him here. 3 and 4 this time around. 15.626. Quick time over Reed Rundle's 15.647. Then the 6.66 for Burnt. The only car not taking time so far, James Fletcher, and I'm not sure why he's not taking time, but 16 of them out here. A couple of heat races. Quick feature. Get ready to move on to the street stock portion of the show right after that. I don't know why we dropped off of the Facebook page. Some reason we're dropping out on Facebook, so we will have to get that figured out in between. in between shows because everything looks to be good right now. So, is what it is. We'll make it work. Like I said a little bit ago, we have our B&H Builder Street Stock Series coming up behind this. They have an extended feature for that one tonight since they are here in the Queen City. So they will run second this evening. Normally we would do street stocks first and then the late models. But week number 10, a little bit of a reverse action deal here. Guys, don't forget tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, Dirt Slingers, Monday Night Thunder, Knoxville, Iowa. Boys will get out there and tear up the big half mile. Been putting 50 cars in the shows, whittling those down to 22 for their features. So good show there. Tune in and watch that. Don't forget to go over to dirtslingersracing.com/auctions and check out their auction items they've got going on right now. 2 heat races for us here. Let's get ready to get down on to the grid. Run through our Scribbled Up Car Wash starting lineup for heat race number 1 on the pole. The 66 machine of Jason Enoch on his outside, the discountshoptails.com. Black Flag Racing, number 74 from Waterford, Wisconsin, Peter Brees. Your second row on the inside, the Buddy's Race Equipment I-41 Raceway at number 17 out of Slinger, Wisconsin, Dean Burnt to his outside. Quick qualifier for the evening, UDTV, Brent Bates, Team Outlaw Motorsports, number 011 out of St. Louis, Missouri, Cole Duggar. Row 3 on the inside, the Shark RC Car Bodies, number 112 of Chris Johnson from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. On his outside, the 126 of Dean Wallach. And on your back row, for heat race number 1, the Kiersich Electric LLC, and number 00 out of Waukesha, Wisconsin, Blake Johnson. And sitting to his outside in the B-Hull Performance, number 32 from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, is going to be Skylar Wood. 8 cars, everybody's going to make it into the feature. Probably have a short B-main just for the 6 cars that are going to be in it to figure out where they're going to start in the feature race, put a few extra laps on the track. We will get ready for the start of heat race number 1. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. We can see you. Green flag in the air. We are underway. Side by side. Turns number 1 and 2. They're going to come out at 2 dead even. Enoch and Brees going to battle heading into turn number 3. At the line, Peter Brees by just a fraction of the car. He's got Cole Duggar right behind. Enoch got out of shape. That's going to cost him second. He'll fall to third. Skylar Woods up to fourth. Chris Johnson in fifth. Then Burnt, Blake Johnson, and Dean Wallach. Right now, the top 2. Starting to go at it just a little bit here. You saw Duggar put the nose right up under the back of the 74 slider that time. Led the lap, but here comes Brees right back at him out of 2. Brees tried to shut the door. That didn't work out too good. Duggar back to the front, but Brees going to do the cut under. Who's got it the line? Duggar by quarter car. Now Duggar keeps the top side wide open. He's able to drive away a little bit from Brees. Brees and Duggar have broken away. Almost a full second and a half over third place. Chris Johnson right now. Enoch side by side with Skylar Wood, and Wood takes that spot. Now a little contact in behind Blake Johnson, the 00, and Jason Enoch, the 66, made a little contact down in 2. 4 laps remaining. Brees losing touch with your leader. Cole Duggar took command a couple of laps ago. Now out to a full 1 second lead. Brees still hanging on in second. Chris Johnson trying to close that gap. Track looks like it's already getting rough down the backstretch. Skyler Wood fourth, Jason Enoch fifth, then Blake Johnson, Dean Burnt, Dean Wallach. White flag this time. Duggar. Still 1.08 seconds. That time put it hard into the fence out of 2. Not going to affect him a bit. He's going to win heat race number 1. We'll see Duggar close to the middle of the pack in the feature. Brees, Johnson, Woods, Enoch, Blake Johnson, Dean Burnt, Dean Wallach in that order. Guys, get ready to line up heat number 2. 8 cars scheduled to be in this one as well. Our Scribble Car Wars starting lineup looks like this. The Central Services Company Incorporated, number 22 from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nate Sievert will be on the pole. To his outside to be a Hall Performance number 1 from Greendale, Wisconsin, of Jason Schilling. Your second row on the inside, the Brunner Brothers Racing, number 46 of John Brunner out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And on his outside, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team, number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. Your third row inside, the CJR Pride of Tosa, number 64 from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Randy Brunner. On his outside in the 35, going to be Zach Krieger. And on the back row, the Shark RC Car Bodies Gross Racing, number 14 from Hartford, Wisconsin, of Andy Gross. And to his outside in the B Hull Performance, number 75 out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, James Fletcher. All right. Final heat race. One more time around behind the pace truck. A couple little blinks there from Mr. Krieger, but normally Zach not a late model guy, but he is definitely out there for this one. You can see his connection lacks just a little bit. He's blinking just a bit, but they're going to get ready to go green out of turn number 4. Schilling on the top side. Sievert on the pole, waiting for that green flag to fall. Green flag in the air. Sievert. Pretty big jump, but that may have been because Schilling couldn't see him. Schilling now going to be in a battle for that second position with Reed Rundle. Rundle trying to work the bottom side. Car tight right there, entering turn 1. That's going to cost him a little bit. He gives up second. Moving back to third, Randy Brunner slid into fourth. Zach Krieger hanging on to fifth right here. Krieger in a transfer spot where this a regular night where we needed to worry about the top 5. But having a pretty good run. First time with these guys in these cars for him. Nate Sievert out in front of this group right now, and he is hanging on, letting Schilling and Rundle battle it out for a second, and those two really are locked into it. This time Rundle, by about a car length, has the advantage. Now Rundle going to make a run at the lead. Can Rundle keep the lead out of 4? Give it to the 43 car. He figured out what was going on to make himself so tight down here. And he has now got the 43 car moving forward quickly. Went from third to second to first in about a lap and a half. And now with 4 to go, Schilling is going to have to battle Sievert for second. Sievert went to the top side. He's got a good run out of 4, keep him P2. 3 to go that time. Top 3 starting to break away. Top 4. Pretty good gap between Brunner and Andy Gross. Andy Gross, the points leader in the street stocks. Just not having as much fun in these late models as he does in the street stocks. So he's sitting here running in 5th. Brunner and Krieger in behind that. John Brunner, that is. With the white flag in the air. One more time around. Reed Rundle out in front and has this one well in hand. And he is going to win heat race number 2. We'll see him start somewhere mid-pack in the feature. Sievert, Schilling, Randy Brunner, Gross, John Brunner, Zach Krieger, and James Fletcher rounding out the field. So right to our B main, 6 cars. All these guys going straight to the feature. Gonna be about 10 laps, 12 laps maybe 12 laps at most. Fletcher will be on the pole with Wallach beside him. And then Krieger and Burnt in row 2, and Brunner and Johnson in row 3. Everybody rolling away. Formality at this point. Everybody already in the show. Just racing for their starting positions in the last 3 rows. The first 5 rows already decided. So we'll go straight from this B main right to our feature race. 25 laps the distance for that feature. Right at half of that for this B main, 12 laps. Green flag in the air. Krieger, quick peek to the inside. Going to clutch the tire around and upside down goes Krieger. That's going to do it for him. As a quick reversal of fortune, got down in there just a little too quickly. Got that nose up over that implement tire there. Rolls the car over. No cautions in the heats or the consolations. Dean Burnt inherits the lead. John Brunner, Dean Wallach, James Fletcher, Blake Johnson. Krieger's already taken that car to the infield. I think he did similar in the heat race as the front end was all messed up on that car during that heat race too. So watching Dean Burnt out in front, 1.2 seconds over John Brunner. Dean Wallach and James Fletcher battling each other a little bit right here. And Wallach able to keep the 126 car out in front of the 75, at least for the time being. Now Fletcher with a big run off the top side. Going to pull dead even heading into 3. Can he keep it wound up through 3 and 4? Couldn't that time. Car started bouncing going into the corner. There's a big bump there. Oh, now Fletcher loses the nose on the car and ends up bumping the outside fence. Dean Burnt maintaining that 1.2 seconds over John Brunner. Brunner figuring out where to run here, I think. Needs to keep that right rear out of the middle right there, out of that slick stuff. It'll help him quite a bit. Wallach. Blake Johnson got around Fletcher. Fletcher took the car to the infield. Must have got enough damage off whacking the fence there that he felt the need to get the car into the infield. This B-main going by quickly. Dean Burnt going to see 3 to go this time. Ride for a lap here. Track getting pretty slick on the entries. The rest of the track looks pretty racy. Those entries starting to widen out. A little bit of slick starting to show right here. Entry to 1, and then you'll see the same thing down here in turn 3. Just drive right through the middle of it. Let the car slide up. White flag this time. .0 seconds for Burnt over Brunner. Easily going to win the B-main right here. Checkered flag in the air. It is Dean Burnt's B-main to win. He does so. John Brunner in second. Then Dean Wallach is hanging on here in third. Blake Johnson going to come home fourth. And then Fletcher and Krieger both took cars to the infield. Get them ready for the big show. These guys won't waste any time. They'll get ready to go right to the 25-lap A-main right here. All 16 cars ready to go. And I don't know how that guy does it, but there's one guy you don't ever want to see sitting on the pole feature. I don't care if it's the late models or the street stocks, and it's this guy right here on the pole, the 14 of Andy Gross. Jason Enoch going to start on his outside. Then Randy Brunner and Skyler Woods in row 2. Row 3, Jason Schilling and Chris Johnson. Nate Sievert and Peter Brees in row number 4. Reed Rundle and Cole Duggar in the 5th row. And then we'll go through the B-main entrance. Dean Burnt and John Brunner. Row 6, row 7, Dean Wallach and Blake Johnson. And then James Fletcher and Zach Krieger will round out the field. But that 14 car, that guy gets amazing starts and restarts anyway. And having him on the pole to start the feature, well, that's just dangerous for the whole world. He's going to jump out in front of this thing. He'll probably be hard to get around. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. That pace truck will leave the front of the field, the middle of the backstretch. It will be time for feature racing. Hales Corner Speedway Sim Racing. DiscountShopTowels.com. Pro Late Model Series about to go green from the Queen City right here, Charlotte. The dirt track at Charlotte. 25 laps. Just waiting for the green flag to start the race. There it is. Enoch got a great start. I don't know if he's going to get a black flag or not. I really wasn't paying attention to him, but he got an amazing start on the outside. Skyler Woods is going to fall right in behind him, but they are both going to have to deal with Andy Gross in the 14 in the heat. Gross didn't look great in his heat race, I guess I was trying to say. But he is going to do an amazing job of getting the lead back right there as he goes from third to first in just under a lap. He's got the point in front of Enoch. Then Skyler Woods, Randy Brunner, Peter Brees, Cole Duggar, Jason Schilling, Reed Rundle, Nate Sievert, and John Brunner rounding out the top 10. All the guys up at the top in the points back here running just barely inside the top 10. Brees got out of shape. Going to give up a spot or two there. Schilling and Duggar starting to work forward now. They're up to 4th and 5th. Brees is 6th. Skyler Woods trying to hang on to 3rd in front of Cole Duggar. Duggar, the points leader. Right up against the fence. Reeling these guys in now. Going to make the cut under to try to go under Woods. I don't think he got it there. I think he had to back off just a little too much. Gonna fall into the clutches of J.J. Schilling. Now Schilling around the top side takes fourth away. So Schilling on the move. Gross out in front, hanging on to this thing. He's got 0.8 of a second over Jason Enoch. Enoch having a pretty fair run tonight here at Charlotte. 66 car. Staying right towards the very front of this thing is Jason Schilling. I thought he bumped the wall there. Going through 3 and 4. This time he hammers the wall in turn 2, trying for the slider. Enoch was able to work right back around him. We're almost halfway home. Enoch with a good run off the top side. May get up here and challenge for the lead. Coming out of 3 and 4. Gross starting to lose momentum on the bottom. Gross tried the slider line to cover the move. That's going to put Gross and Enoch together. Hello, Jason Schilling. How about you take the lead for now? Now Gross. A little further back, he fell to 6th. Skylar Woods tried to do the slider on Enoch. Enoch's got the right rear corner damaged a little bit. Still having a good run, waiting to go back to the front for just a moment here. Peter Brees and Andy Gross side by side again. Oh, Peter Brees clipped the tire on the infield. That'll drop him back to 6th. Give Gross 5th. We're going to the front. Duggar starting to do the stalking, starting to put that pressure on the 1 car now. Caution for the first time. Dean Burnt and Dean Wallach both sideways down here. Let's see what happens with these two. Hey, we're right behind Blake Johnson. Oh, Burnt got a little out of shape, lost a little momentum, and Wallach got up underneath him and kind of hooked him up. No real harm there. Schilling, Duggar, Enoch Woods, Gross, Brees, Chris Johnson, Reed Rundle, Nate Sievert, and John Brunner. Currently the top 10. Inside 10 to go. Going to be 9 to go when we go back to the green. So lights off on the pace truck. Pace truck headed in, going back to green with 9 to go. Schilling, Duggar, Enoch, Woods, Andy Gross. Green flag back in the air. Enoch still hanging on to 3rd. Quick look. 1st and 2nd. Couple of car lengths there. You can see that right rear. All wrinkled up off the 1 car. Schilling. Couple too many bumps into the outside fence. He bumps it again. Hammers it this time. Pulls the car down fairly slow. Caution. This caution may be Peter Brees. I can't find Brees's. There's Brees's car. He is in the infield. Let's go back and see. He was racing with Rundle and Sievert. Oh, changed lanes right across the nose of the 22 car, and then he gets wedged up. Rolled over on his lid. John Brunner got him right there. So going to be down to 6 to go this time. Schilling, Duggar, Enoch, Gross, Woods, the top 5 right now. And then Chris Johnson in there in 6th. Watching your front 2 here. Going to watch them probably this last about 5-6 laps. Caution again. Not Peter Brees. Looks like maybe John Brunner this time. Catch this off the restart. Right behind Randy Brunner there. Right front already pretty damaged on that 46 car. Oh, and the engine let go right there. 46 car power plant finished. So not really anything going to change on that one. Should get our 1 to go signal here. Lights go off on the safety vehicle. Going back to green. Green with 5 laps to go. J.J. Schilling. Front of Duggar, in front of Enoch. Green flag back in the air. Andy Gross taking a look on the inside of Enoch. That'll be for 3rd. Enoch having a very good run here at Charlotte. Gave up 3rd right there. That time by Andy Gross off the bottom. Takes the spot. Can Enoch keep it wound up off the top side and running back down? Looks like maybe the top side. Starting to lose a little bit of its grip. Cole Duggar now all over J.J. Schilling. This is the race for the lead. B2 to go this time by. Here goes Duggar. Slide job coming. Barely misses the tire. And Duggar had the lead that time by. Slide job coming back from Schilling. Duggar able to check up and get underneath. Schilling really tried to park it right on his nose right there. White flag around this time. We'll see what happens down here in 1 and 2. You know the big slider is coming. Not that time. Wasn't close enough, so maybe Duggar with a little bit of breathing room. Into 3 and 4. Duggar covered the slider line. If he can get it to turn coming out of 4, he's going to win the feature tonight. Cole Duggar picks up the win. J.J. Schilling and then Andy Gross moved around Enoch, and he got third. So we get the boys around here, get them parked. All righty. Start dragging the guys in and see if we can get them into the waiting room, get them ready to interview here. Andy Gross, got a copy. I got you, buddy. Interesting a run there tonight. You start on the pole, you come home third. Tell us a little bit about the heat race, because it didn't look like you were very comfortable in the heat race. Well, you recovered from all of that. You start the pole in the feature, and you end up third here tonight, man. How tough was it out there during that feature race? Well, like you said, a solid third place finish, a fantastic run. I'm sure you got a bunch of thank yous and shout outs before we let you get out of here. All right, man, we look forward to seeing you out there in the street stocks in a little bit. Thanks for chatting with us. Your third place finisher, Andy Gross. Let's talk to Jason Schilling. JJ, you there, buddy? Hey, buddy, good run tonight, man. Tell us a little bit about that feature. I was waiting for that myself after seeing all the posts, and then when you guys got to racing there the last 4 or 5 laps, I thought, you know what, if he's ever going to have a shot, this is it. He's got to go through the grass, the pass in the grass, but it didn't materialize. But still a good run. Looked like the right rear corner of your car could have, maybe stood a little less beaten tonight. Yeah, and he's done that numerous times. Still a good run, man. You're going to come home with some great points tonight, and that's probably going to help you a little bit. I know with Duggar winning, it doesn't close you up much for the lead, but the two guys in front of you, it probably did quite a bit for you. A couple of weeks left, you're going to be able to make a move here. I know you're not racing for the points. You want the wins. I like to give you a little grief about that, man. Sure, you got plenty of people on the car that you'd like to thank before we let you get ready for the street stocks. All right, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you here a little bit in the street stocks. Great run tonight in your late model, and thanks for chatting with us. J. Schilling. Now, let's go talk to the man that picked up the win, Mr. Cole Duggar. You there? Well, you get it done tonight. Last 2 or 3 laps there, you make a pass on Schilling. Were you stalking the whole time? Because I kind of felt like you were just setting him up, waiting to see.
It's pretty hard to get around him. I wasn't really just waiting to pounce. I was actually trying to go for quite some time, and then a couple cautions came out, and then there was only a lap or 2 of racing at a time there, a couple spots. So really hard to get going with these cars. They got quite a bit of a long gear once they wind up, but yeah, they take off pretty slow on the restart, so you got to get your momentum built up before you can really do anything.
Yeah, it looked like a track went through a couple of changes too, but you kind of stayed married to the top for the most part. We saw the 14 car start to make some moves on the bottom. Did you notice anything was going on behind you?
I didn't really see too much behind me, but when it started behind Peter, I was just kind of riding along with Peter, and then Peter kind of went middle one lap and got around him, and like you said, yeah, I just stayed up top, and I saw us catching cars on the bottom, so I figured at some point that was probably going away. Andy held it up there for a long time, and I guess Enoch finally got around him, and Andy's like, well, I better go up here, and at that point it was just too late for Andy, and the top line was in, and it was just following Jason around and trying to get around Jason all night.
Well, a fantastic run. You're going to pick up the win. Who do you got helping you out each and every week?
I got to thank Team Outlaw Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, Beard Tube Beard Oil, LSR TV, Brent Spates. Got to thank my dad for watching, my buddy Sean for watching, Sean, Scott, AJ. Got a few friends watching, so appreciate that. Appreciate the all the league sponsors and everybody else put this show on.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck in the street stocks.
Thanks, Roger.
User was moved out of your
All
channel.
right. It has been an interesting week all week, and I am not surprised that we had some kind of audio difficulty here for a little while. For those that don't know, my Facebook account got hijacked, and they locked me out of it by changing the email and the password, and it took about 48 hours for Facebook to get it all fixed up, and that happened just about the end of the feature Thursday night from the Dirt Slingers. So I guess when you get things jacked up and you start resetting stuff, a whole lot of things reset, and I did not notice that some of the audio reset. So sorry about that, but we'll have it all ironed out before we go to the street stocks tonight. Let's run down our feature results here. Cole Duggar wins it. Jason Schilling was second. Andy Grossi in third. Chris Johnson was fourth. Randy Brenner fifth. Skylar Woods was sixth. Seventh to Jason Enoch. Reed Rundle in eighth. Dean Burnt was ninth. Nate Sievert 10th. Blake Johnson 11th. 12th to John Brunner. Peter Brees in 13th. Dean Wallach in 14th. James Fletcher and Zach Krieger 15th and 16th to round out the field. That'll do it for the DiscountShopTowels.com Pro Late Model Series. Got about 15-20 minutes here, and we will be kicking off the B&H Builders Street Stock Series. A little bit of an extended feature for them guys tonight, so they will go second. We appreciate everybody being here, guys. Don't forget to tune back in here in just a little bit. And if you can't, join us tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, for the Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder 360 Sprint Car Series. For myself and Dominic Santina here at the Dirt